Okay, hi Flosstube, it's Diane. Thought I'd do a quick video. Today is July 10th, 2019, so I thought I'd do a quick video. Next week is my daughter's recheck for her cancer, her oncologist recheck, and so I don't have anything new to report there. My Marine did graduate at the end of June. No idea when he's going to head this way. He has plans to head this way. I'm not saying he has to, but he's making plans to head this way before the end of September. My fourth child has been on the dean's list again for college, so he's thriving in college. And I ended up dropping child number 8, and now 2 of them are going to go camping up in Grand Marais, Boundary Waters area, northern Minnesota, this weekend or the next few days. So, yeah. And then let's see what else is going on. Next Monday is my youngest daughter's 11th birthday. So I did buy her some stitchy stuff, but I don't have it here to show you. But yeah, she's still learning and stuff, so she wants to do a mirabilia, so she's not quite there yet. I'm like, you're not quite there yet. Let's get you a few more projects, and then we'll get there. Next week, my daughter's recheck. Sorry, the chiropractor. I was at the chiropractor this morning, and oh, I'm so sore. So my plan after doing this video is just to sit and stitch and chill. Oh, let me show you this. I said last video that I dropped off my 6th child's quilt. Wrong. This is my 5th child's quilt. He was my grad last year. So I've shown this before. Let's see, it would be in my November 2018 video. I don't know the number. It's Quilting Like a Mad Woman is, I think, what I titled it. I give you this pattern is called Tavern Blues. It is not available as a single pattern anymore, but there is a book. It was repackaged in a book with 10 or so other patterns. So if you want this pattern, on that video, in that description box, I provided a link of, it was in print in November of 2018. I don't know if it is now. But if you want to have this pattern, then look at that video. I put a link in there. I can't remember the name of the book. I want to say Timeless Treasures or something along that line. But I put a link there. It's an Amazon link. So at least you can get the ISBN. They did the overall long arm quilting. I have not done the binding yet. I haven't had time. But it's, I'm going to try and trace it here where you guys can see what I'm tracing. It's kind of a leaf pattern, kind of an all over leaf. I think it's called Leafy Waves or something. This is what I chose to back it with, so I thought that was very, these are Civil War reprints, and the design is kind of a reflection of a Civil War quilt. So I didn't buy a kit. I did a quilt shop hop where you go to different quilt shops in a certain time frame, and at each shop I bought a few fabrics, so I had my fabric list, because you needed 13 lights and 12 darks or something like that. So I made the blocks, and then I bought the sashing, the cornerstones, the setting triangles, the inner border and the outer border fabric separate. And the outer border fabric is what I'm going to bind it, how I'm going to bind it. It's a queen size. It's roughly 95 by 95. And then this, I thought, fit into that Civil War feel. So then it'll go on his bed. So yeah, almost have the 5th one done. And I'm in process on the 6th one. But that one's a little more challenging. I think I made myself, I don't know how I want to say it, bit off more than I could chew. Maybe that's how I want to say it. It'll work. I need to be in the right mind frame and just do it. So this one, he really liked the reds and the browns and the greens. The kits, there were 2 kits available. One was more blue and one was more brown. But he said, no, I want greens. I'm sorry, this is a green, this dark here is a green. I want greens, and I want browns, and I want reds, and I want blues. And he wanted a little bit of black, which is on that one you can't see right now. But that is going to be the backdrop today. And again, look at that video. I show a little bit more about this design, and I inserted a picture of the entire quilt so you could see it. It was not, I don't want to say it. Oh, there is a Missouri Star Quilt Company tutorial. She kind of walks you through some how to assemble these blocks, and she gives you some good tips on how to get your points so they don't disappear. And if you're a quilter, you know what I mean. When you do the square and a square, and then this is called the flying geese unit. Those two units, you can lose those points, but there are some tricks that you can avoid, or tips and tricks, so you can get these nice crisp points. Because I am not the perfect quilter by any means. I'm not even as experienced as some other floss tubers out there, but I think I did really good on that. I listened to her tips. There's some other quilters I watched their tutorials, so there's some good information out there if you're interested in quilting. I would not suggest this as your first project. I would suggest Atkinson Designs, or what's the other one I'm thinking of? You start simple, because you get that 1/4 inch seam, you get your pressing, not ironing. Ironing, you kind of push the fabric. Pressing, you're setting your iron on. You get those two techniques down, and you can do stuff like this. Okay, just saying. Last video I showed my finish of One Nation. Still haven't framed it. And Simply Seasons. I know that Kelly received the Simply Seasons. June, I had 6 finishes in June. That doesn't normally happen. And this is Glendon Place, A Bloom of Hope. Now I've stitched this all in violets for my daughter for her Hodgkin's lymphoma, but I wanted to restitch it. It's on 28 count Jobelin. Water Lily is the color, and it is finished. Now I took out the words, so I had to adjust this border a little bit, but it worked. And I really like it. So I'm thinking a little frame. Maybe just a cute little frame piece. This is for my mom. She is a breast cancer survivor. So that might fit into a standard size frame too. I have not measured it though. I counted the stitches for Stitch from Stash because it was worth either 14 or 17 for Stitch from Stash. But I didn't actually physically measure it yet. Well, then I had a new start, and it was this one, La Di Da Rooster. The original is stitched on 36 count Sparrow by Birds of a Feather, and it called for sampler threads, so Gentle Art sampler threads. I didn't use any of them. All the black I used was DMC 310. There's 6 colors total, so the black was 310, and the 4 of the colors I just pulled from my overdyed cottons, and then the tail. I'll talk about the tail feathers here, but here, this is 36 count chocolate, 36 count, should have had the, let me get the label, hold on. Okay, give you the label because it has an interesting spelling. It is by Fiberlicious. It's chocolate. So in case you wanted to have the fabric, and here it is. Part of her Fabric of the Month club, and this was one of the fabrics of the month. I think it might have been August of 2018. So I think it turned out really cute. I did kind of move the colors around a little bit. This was more yellow in the original, so I changed it to more orange. And then they had these were more orange, and I said, no, I'm going to have those yellow. But that's how it turned out. It stitched up very, very quickly, obviously, because it's a finish. And I have my initials right there. That's part of the design. Now, the blue and the tail feathers, it's actually a silk. Fiberlicious, her yearly anniversary is in August, and I think it's August. It's either August or September. So last year in the Fabric of the Month, anybody in her Fabric of the Month or Fiber of the Month, she gifted them an additional fiber. And mine happened to be silk. And it's this turquoise tealy color. There's no name, so I can't, just a free gift that she included. And then this project, and I thought, oh, that is perfect for his feathers. So that is what I used. That was the last thing I stitched, though, was the silk. So I stitched all of the 310 was the black, and then the other overdyed cottons, which I use Carrie's Creation cottons. I have a collection of those. I used Mandarin. I used Gold Twist. I used Citrus. This is his legs and the comb. The Gold Twist was the chicks, yeah, and Ruby, which is his, what do they call that, waddle, and the little swirl, and the date. So those were the colors that I used. So now I got to figure out how my house is not decorated country. I mean, it's cute and everything, but that's just not my style. So, and I'm sending that pattern to a friend. It's just not my style. So, figure out how, and I think it's cute and everything, and farm style is cute, but it's just not me. I just have to figure it out. I literally just finished that yesterday. Yeah. So, maybe the day before, but I think it was yesterday. So I haven't even gone anywhere to look at anything, to get any ideas, but we'll figure that out. I don't remember if I showed this last time. Cathedral Goddess. Is it Cathedral Goddess? Cathedral Woods Goddess, sorry. Now, I don't like that horns. I do like the dress and everything, so I'm thinking make a crown and have it hang down, kind of a Shakespeare influence. But I haven't even started. Zinnia. Adding to my collection, somersault boxes, because I went to Stitch In again at Stitchville, so it's 6 to midnight. And that's when I bought the items for my daughter for her birthday. I kitted up a project for her, and it's really cute. It's a little castle. I should have brought it down here. I don't have it. But then this one, I was looking at this one, and I really liked it. I love how the flag goes from this piece all the way over to this piece. I will not be stitching all this white to make it look like a Polaroid. And those are actual stitches. No. What I'm thinking is it'd be cool to find 2 little square frames, and if they're hinged, or put a hinge on them. I think that would look really nice with these. The colors are not... One thing with her pictures, sometimes the color in the picture is very different than real life. And we've all said that. Many of the designs and the colors... I'm going to shift here a minute. The picture just doesn't do it justice. But then, of course, we passed around some of the clearance items from Stitchville, and this one jumped in my pocket, Chessie and Me, Heart and Home. I really like this one. With thee, I share my hearth and my home. I'm sorry, it's hearth and home, not heart and home. I'm getting quite a collection of Chessie and Me patterns. I actually have to get on the ball and stitch some. Now this one, I have literally looked at Stitchville couple years, several times a year, and it was in the clearance section, so I bought it. And this is the Make Do sampler. Now, if you look at it, this is a different color linen, different color linen. This is one piece of linen, and I was reading the directions. There's some chenille here, and there's some chenille along here. This was a 4-piece pattern. I don't know if it was some kind of stitch along or something. I don't know. But in the pattern, they had pictures. This is part, see, this is part 1, right? Yeah. Part 1, part 2, part 3, and they did not include a picture like this. This is actually a hard picture that you'd get at Walgreens or whatever. It was in the package of part 4 here. So I have some little scraps of linen, and so I'm thinking of doing this. And I've been looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. But I did have another new start. I did it actually at Stitch In. No. The Minnesota Gathering the week before. My daughter and I went. And I had this Seasons of the Trees by Rosewood Manor. I've had this for a little while. I've had it kitted for a little while, so I thought, you know what? I'm going to actually start it. And I'm putting it on 28 count Ivory Jobelin because I really wanted the floss colors to come out, and this is where I am. So the seasons go all the way around. So spring, summer, winter, or autumn, winter, all the way around. And then the trees, and each section, so it starts with spring up here, and then this section here, all these trees are spring, summer, autumn, winter. But if you notice, this is the same tree as this one, so this is what it looks like in spring, summer, autumn, winter. And she does that with all these different trees. Like this one is autumn, summer, spring, and winter. And then all these different birds all the way around. And then there's multiple, like down here, there's a bunch of words, spring, 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 all different ways, different fonts, autumn, or summer, autumn, including this really, it's a very fat font. Because I thought, what in the world is that? And I looked at the pattern. Like there's the A, the U, yeah. And then winter. So I really like Rosewood Manor patterns. Her projects tend to be large, and I tend to like large projects. It works. So that's a new start. But I have some mini finishes too on my family tree. This piece. I actually had one of these done in my last video, and I forgot to show you guys. It was finished in June, so I'll show you now. And it is this one, child number 6. And I went ahead and I did child number 7. And this one is child number 9 because I wanted to know how far out I am. And that way I'm working on the outer borders. When I'm too tired to work on the pattern itself, then I just put a couple of links in of the border because it's just a straight line. That's all it is. And I did start this cottage here. This will be mine. So I did start that. So that way, as I extend that line, by knowing how far out this goes, I can bring it down and start enclosing it, because no, I do not trust my counting that far. I know some people are extreme cross stitchers, and if you are, more power to you. I am not. These are all Gentle Arts, except for I don't use chalk because I don't like that color. It's a personal preference. I like B5200 better. One more haul item. It's my birthday. The 21st is my birthday, and so my husband, I told my husband, I said, you're ordering this for me. And I'm like, okay, go into PayPal, just pay it off, because this is one thing you're getting from me for my birthday. And it is a bag set by Mama Joan, made by Mama Joan. So the standard and accessory bag, and it's these vintage Parisian ladies. Yeah, I'm probably sticking Zelda in here because I have her kitted up. I'm doing a color conversion, and Joan included a lanyard for my scissors to make them easy to find, hopefully, in theory. I love these little accessory pouches because, like in my family tree, Jonah gifted me one a while ago. That's where I put all my floss, like this family tree project. These are the flosses I'm not using in the current cottage, but they are used in the project, so I can have those separate. And then Kelly, that's a Kellyco, I use the BB Cutie. So this ring has the current flosses I'm using on the current cottage and my scissors. So having the two items, it just helps me keep organized because it is a large project, and I just feel that with that special floss, it doesn't get as worn, before it actually gets into the project. And she included a nice card. Thank you, Joan. Yeah, she sent it on Monday and I got it yesterday, Tuesday. Of course, she does live in the Twin Cities as I do, or I live just outside Twin Cities, but yeah. Now I gotta put my project in there. So I thought I would show it before I put my project in there. And what else I'm gonna get for my birthday? I'm thinking I might make an order with Victorian Motto with Nancy. Y'all have been talking about her, and I've been looking and drooling over her website. Some of her patterns are just absolutely amazing. So yeah, I haven't figured that out. Next week, my husband and I will be in Rochester, Minnesota at the Mayo Clinic. I've mentioned his leg issues, and he went to the neurologist 2 weeks ago and getting some scary diagnoses. So we're hoping that going to the Mayo will get a second opinion, but also better treatment options, so my husband has better results. We like this neurologist. He's very determined to figure out what's going on. Why does my husband feel this way? Why is this weak and not weak, and this work and that not work? And the human brain is so complicated. There's no way one neurologist could ever understand it all, period. But yeah, it's kind of scary. I'm going to be honest. Some of those things that you research on the internet for 5 minutes and walk away because it's too much. And I've told my older children, my younger children, I don't think they would understand. They know we're going there, and we have our kids all taken care of, so that's fine. But yeah, and so we have to kind of sit there and wait for them to call to say, hey, you need to go here. They told us you need to hang around for a week. Don't know what that means. I'm thinking one result will lead in, okay, let's do this test now, and this now, and this now, and this now. That's what I'm thinking. So it's going to be a lot of hurry up and wait. So I am going to be bringing stitching. I'm thinking I'm going to do, I don't know what I'm bringing. Toying with the idea of a new start that I've had kitted up for like 2 years. It's just sitting there staring at me. Literally, it's on my bed right now staring at me. I'm thinking I might start it. But the issue is it's going to be on dark fabric, so if we have decent light, because some medical clinics have decent lighting, we will see. But yeah, that's all that's really going on. There's something else I was going to say, but That usually happens on my videos. I'm like, oh, I gotta mention that, Because I got off my video and I thought, oh, I forgot to show that one cottage finish. Oh well. Oh well. So I have 11 of the cottages completed out of 16. And I started number 12. So I'm getting there. It's getting done. And I gotta do that big tree. Which honestly, I don't think it's gonna be as bad. You know, it's not gonna be like ginormous tree. The only thing I don't like about the pattern is they don't tell you how many skeins of the browns and the greens that you'll need for the tree. That I wish they'd include, but I suppose that would change on what fabric you're using. But I'll figure it out. I'm on my second skein of sable, I think, the brown, or just about on my second skein. But that'll be definitely in the tree. Anyway. Oh, I know. I don't know why. I've been a subscriber to Country Stitchers for a while now. But their videos would come up and I wouldn't put them in my watch later list and then I'd forget. And now that I have a little bit of downtime that I can actually watch. So I've gone back to number 1 and I've been watching all the way through. And yeah, I don't know why I didn't watch all their videos before. Who knows why things are the way they are. But I will let y'all go. And I get to spend my birthday in Rochester, Minnesota. Which I have heard is a really good town. I've never been there myself. I've always driven by on I-35, but I don't know. It's one of those things I want to know what's going on so we can plan, and then I don't want to know what's going on so I don't freak out. But the kids will be good. They'll be taken care of. I'm at peace about that, totally at peace about that. So, yeah. That's what's going on here. I thought I'd do a quick video and show you my finishes. So I had One Nation, Seasons. I had 2 of those cottages done in June, and the Rooster I just finished up the other day. No, I had 3 cottages done in June. The Bloom of Hope, One Nation, Season, so that's my 6th. And I just finished up the Rooster the other day, but I just started him. I probably started him July 4th. He stitches up really, really quickly. And it turned out really cute. And I'm not normally a Rooster kind of person. So, I'll let you guys go. And keep making your videos, commenting. Your comments, even if you don't make videos, your comments on Flosstube videos, whether they're mine or somebody else's, trust me, they are so encouraging. And sometimes you'll read a comment just at that right moment. And so I encourage you to keep commenting if you can. Watching videos, thumbs up. Keep this community positive and growing. I think it's fabulous. And if all works out, I'm going to try to get StitchCon next year. We will see. We will see. There's some really great retreats out there. Just try and make up my mind which one to get into. But I'm going to try to get on StitchCon. Because Cincinnati was really nice when I went there in 2016. So, bye to y'all. Love to you all. Have fun stitching. Try and stay comfortable temperature, whether you're cold or warm. Be in your comfortable zone.